Welcome to the Back to School Vision Night. We are so excited to have you joining us virtually through this video. We're going to spend the next 5 to 6 minutes diving into what we discussed at our Back to School Vision Night on Wednesday. A little bit about me is that I love story. I love how God's worked in my story. I love your student's story. I love your story. I love how God is at work in each and every one of us. And one of the things that I love most about my role being the Trail Kids coordinator is that I get to share a similar piece of my story with your students. You see, about 15 years ago, I said yes when God called me to step up and serve on the worship team. I had no idea what I was saying yes to, and surely at that time I did not know that 15 years later God would be using me to continue to develop young leaders to worship God in such unique ways. But one person God did send me, and her name was Teresa. I affectionately referred to her as Mama T. And she spent the better part of the last 15 years developing me and pouring into me so that way I could be fully equipped to do what I do today. She's the one that told me that discipleship isn't something that you are just born with. Discipleship isn't something that you gain just by doing one thing. Discipleship is about how you live out what your faith is. And when she taught me that through the series of many years, she helped me see that being a leader and being a follower of Jesus are very similar. That all we have to do is say yes to God and step into where He is calling us to be. And when I look out on Wednesday nights, I see all 40 of our students serving. I see that in each and every one of them. I see young third graders through freshmen in high school who are so devoted in their walk of faith that they're choosing to say yes to Jesus week in and week out. And for me, that is both humbling and exhilarating to know that I get this opportunity to show God to them in a deeper way, that we get to spend so much time each and every week following Him deeper, spending time in Scripture, and challenging ourselves to become better leaders both on and off the stage. You know, your students have gone through so many changes we've had at Preston Trail, from 2 Sunday services to 2 Sunday services and 2 Saturday, to now we just have 2 Sunday and 1 Saturday. But what I love most is that their devotion to God and their perseverance through all of this has shown through. And we've seen some amazing leaders step up and step out and really be a light on our worship team. And that is what we hope for every season, regardless of where it takes us, that they love the story that they're writing, that they allow God into their story, and that they choose to let Him just overwhelm them with love and leadership and desire to go out and love these little people, whether it's on the stage through worship or off the stage through leadership. So as we talk through these changes that are happening, I want you to know that we've heard you. We've heard your feedback, we've heard your students' feedback about how busy lives can be and how much their desire to work for a worship team is just growing exponentially, and how we want to take those two things and put them together to meet you right where you're at. So that brings us to what is our vision for the next year of worship team. And this is what it looks like. The first big and exciting thing that we're going to do is we're going to honor the commitment your students are making each week. Your students are putting in a lot of time learning the motions, learning the scripts, learning how to have such great heart presence on that stage. And so to honor the amount of time they're putting into it, we're going to give them more time to serve. How this is going to look is we are going to serve Saturday at 5 o'clock, Sunday at 9:15, and Sunday at 11. That's going to be one team serving the whole weekend once a month. So what we'll see is you'll get 3 services once a month, and you'll be on that rotation. And what's really cool about it is not just will your time be credited, and will you be able to see like how much time that you put in has really been acknowledged, but we also have our entire large group team move in that direction too. So when your student serves, they're going to be serving with the same large group leaders. They're going to be serving the same tech team. They're going to be serving with the same people. So then that way it becomes its own family unit. So they can have a sense of community that when they serve, they are known, and that they can all grow together, not just as an individual student or just the small worship team, but the whole production team all together. As part of that, we recognize that these students are on fire for Jesus, and we want to be able to come alongside them in that and to help continue to build that up instead of squash it down. So here's what we're going to do. For all of our kids that are in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, Even if you are not serving that week, go ahead and come wearing your yellow shirt. By coming and wearing your yellow shirt, you're telling us that you are all in to help others find and follow Jesus. We're going to be doing this with just our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, but they're going to get an opportunity to be more intentional with their meet and greet. What they'll get to do is they'll get to buddy up with kids that are maybe here for the first or second time. They're going to get to be the ones that see kids sitting all by themselves, and they're going to go join them and invite them into their small group and really help smile first. So that way every kid that enters into the loft feels accepted and expected. So that way every kid leaves Preston Trail knowing how cared for and loved they are, whether it's by a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grader or whether middle school, high school, or adult small group leader. We want every student to know that they have a place here at Preston Trail. So, first thing, whole weekend teams. Second thing, you get an opportunity to serve even when you're not on the stage. You can still be used by God. The third thing, and perhaps one of the more exciting things for our middle schoolers, is that we will be starting middle school services on Wednesday. That's right, we'll be having middle school services from 7 until 8 every Wednesday. Now you might be thinking, wait, that's the same time as rehearsal. Well, you're right. That's why we are going to be changing our rehearsal times from 6:30 to 5:15. So starting next week, July 25th, we'll be having our rehearsals from 5:15 to 6:30. We'll be ending very promptly at 6:30, so that way our middle schoolers can get off to their middle school services and fully get to participate in that experience. I know that was a lot of information in just a short period of time, but I hope you hear the heart of this. We have so many students who are fully on fire for God, who are ambitious about serving Him in whatever way they can. We are completely invested in helping all 100% that are currently serving find their place to serve God. Maybe this isn't the right opportunity right now with all these new changes, and that's okay. If that's okay for your family, let me know, and we will definitely partner with you to help you find the best place for your students to serve and your whole family too. We are all in for your family. We are all in to love your family story, your student story, and to help them serve God with all their hearts. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me or call me, or even Daniel as well. We are here to help you and your student follow Jesus. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.